Welcome to Shed Talk. You're probably wondering why we're wearing masks.
It's all in celebration for Wrestlemania that's happening actually today, but this episode's probably only going to come out next Monday. So, we are your hosts for today. We're actually traveling Shed Talk today because
Yes, we are.
we're interviewing a new champion from ISPW, Rey Calitri, and we're at his home right now. It's a beautiful home.
It's not just beautiful; it's a sexy home. This young is sexy.
And this is Ty, in case you haven't introduced yourself.
Right. My name is Ty.
He's wearing a cane mask.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Mil Mascaras mask. And if you don't know who it is, look him up. He's a luchador from Mexico. Famous luchador from Mexico. So, without further ado, let's bring out our main guest for today.
Everyone,
Rey.
give a round of applause.
Round of applause for Rey Calitri. Don't worry. I'll put the applause in there.
Oh, you put the sound effect? You put the sound effect.
I'm gonna
Okay,
take
cool.
this off, man. Hey, listen, Mil Mascaras, it's a great mask, but it gets hot as hell in here, man.
I don't know how those guys do it.
I gotta show my pretty face.
Oh, damn! I thought you were tied this whole time.
Oh, you got jokes. You believe this guy?
So, Rey, how's it feel to be a new champ?
So first of all, right, let me introduce myself because the way you did it is complete like Shed Talk way, right? So I have to do it like the wrestling professional way. I am the international Shining Star. I am a world-class athlete. I am a world champion. I am a world traveler, and yeah, it
All the
feels and all the above. And it feels great to recently have won this one right here. The ISPW Heavyweight Champion.
Look how shiny that is.
Yeah, it was in March 22nd, which was in my career. It's a very big milestone, and it cements me here in the northern eastern part of the independent wrestling scene. Mm-hmm. So it brings up my value. It makes me like a top guy. It makes me a dependable person as an in-ring talent and also outside talent as well. And I'm very proud of that moment because it took me 4 years, and it was a moment.
4 years?
4 years.
It's a long time.
4 years to climb to the top, but it's okay. It was worth it.
It's cool, man. Who did you face in that match?
Yes. Who did I face? The famous who did I face? Right. So on that match, there's a wrestler named his name is the Phoenix GKM. And he had just recently went through a 20-minute match against ECW legend, WWE legend. This dude's been all over the place. WCW legend. His name is Crowbar. And he beat him in that match, 20-minute match. And then he's supposed to have his big moment. And he has his mom in the front row. And he has his friends and loved ones and his girlfriends in the front row. And then I had this thing called a golden ticket, right? So with the golden ticket, that's just what it's exactly what it says and what it means, that I can cash that in at any single moment, any single time, at any single event, which I won last May.
So you held that briefcase?
I held the briefcase
for a whole year.
Yeah, for 11 months. I held it for 11 months. And then I was just waiting for the right moment to strike, and the right moment was March 22nd in Totowa, our big event. And then so GKM ended up being champion for the whole amount of time, maybe 4 minutes. And then I stole his thunder. I stole this moment. And I had his mom crying. His mom was crying. I have a picture. His mom was crying in the front row. She couldn't believe it. Oh, wow. And yeah, and I cashed in. And I did what I had to do. And yeah, it's my time now, so.
You know what he just said? He said that, remember that episode with 50 Cent from Power? He said, yeah, man, I was running game on you.
Hey, that's what I did. I ran game. I ran game on everyone there.
I want to run the game on you. I want to get the money.
And the thing is that no one saw it coming. That was the best part of the whole entire thing.
He is Kanan in this story.
And real quick, right? So last March, the one on the red that you see over here on the left or your right, depending on, right? No, they're going to see it. Their left, my right. I'm sorry. The red one. Yeah. I won that actually in Mexico. And that was pretty cool too moment in my career because when you go to Mexico, it's a rite of passage, especially to win a championship out there, being that I'm not from Mexico and I'm not of Mexican descent. So for me to be a Puerto Rican in Mexico and winning this title in front of 6,000 people was absolutely insane. And it was a super cool moment. And then I have this one right here, the ECPW Championship, which I've held for 3 years. I've defended it all over the world, everywhere that I've gone. And yeah, I'm the king. I'm in the top right now. So it's good to be me. It's good to be me.
But nobody's tried to like challenge you for that title?
Yeah, of course. People try and they've
failed.
They've obviously they failed because you know
the man's still standing.
Yeah, still standing at the top, and they've put me in different matches with different guys, and they've tried putting me against 2 other guys, me against 3 other guys, and it hasn't worked out.
Also, like a handicap match?
No, so they'll put me like in a triple threat match. So if it's me against 2 other guys, it's called the triple threat, and then if it's me against 3 other guys, it's called fatal 4-way. So they've put me in those type of matches, and I still come out on top.
So, speaking of all this wrestling stuff, kind of reminds me of that cage stuff. They put the cage.
The Hell in a Cell.
That's what it's called. Oh
Yeah. Where they threw Mankind.
Oh, the look of it. It's called Hell in a Cell. They still have it, but they just changed the look of it. And actually, fun fact, right? So this goes back to full circle to GKM last year in the summertime. We were in Wildwood and we had a cage match, and I ended up handcuffing him to the cage, and yeah. So I mean, it's on social media. If you could look it up. It's no surprise, and because in a cage match, in order to win, you have to step out of the cage or you have to climb over the top. That's how you win. And I didn't want to climb over the top. I didn't want to hurt myself, right? And so what I did is I had my extremely hot girlfriend, Soraya, right? She's also my valet. She comes out with me in the shows. And she may or may not have slipped me some handcuffs underneath, without no one looking. And then I sort of handcuffed GKM to the cage.
Wow. I got to see that video.
Yeah. It's a good.
How that played out.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You can look it up on YouTube, and yeah, it's good. It was good. Meanwhile, Tayo is over here checking on his phone, social media and stuff. In the middle of a podcast. Are you kidding me? You're taking up my time, damn it.
My bad.
It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You won't even believe who was it.
I think he was looking you up.
He's probably looking up the GKM. Yeah, he was. I want to see the video.
That goes down. How do you cuff another man to a cage? Will you allow another man to cuff you to a cage?
Like, I mean, that's some kinky shit.
Yeah,
chill,
hey,
bro, no Diddy.
Hey,
no Diddy.
Nah. Listen, I'm not touching that.
So I got a couple questions for you.
Sure. What you got?
If you don't mind. So
sure.
So what is your signature move called? Or do you even have a name, or you just do it?
It's called the Starbreaker.
Uh-huh.
So it's if anyone who watches wrestling, it's the Angel's Wing, but I renamed it Starbreaker. And usually with the Angel's Wing, the guy, he would like sit on his butt, but I don't want to get hurt. I'm too pretty and I'm too valuable to get hurt. You see, look at his face. You think I want to get hurt? I don't want to get hurt. Come on. So what I do is I go down in one knee instead of sitting on my butt. So there you go. Yeah.
So do you like polish your
I have someone who polishes my stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a personal assistant. Yeah. Come on, again. Listen, man. I'm too pretty to be doing stuff for myself, man. I have a chauffeur. I have a valet. I have a personal assistant. I have an insurance policy that comes out with me now, which is, you haven't seen it? Insurance policy? Yeah, he's like the muscle man. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's the one who takes care of business for me, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. He takes care of business for me. But yeah, nah, man. I hire a bunch of people to do a bunch of things for me.
So he's not like a Paul Heyman to Undertaker.
No. He's more like if if you remember, if you're watching this, if not, you could go back and Google it. When Rick Rude was the insurance policy for Degeneration X, that's what it is. He was like the muscle behind, the guy to do all the dirty work. You know what I mean? So I have one of those. Yeah.
Degeneration X. I know it's like before your.
This
time.
is way before Ty's time.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
You could Google. Matter of fact, when you Google the cage match, Google that too, Degeneration X, and then you could see what we're talking about.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list. Put it on the list.
Where Suck It came from.
So,
Oh,
my
really?
God, not the Suck It. Oh, can we say that out here? Can you say that out here?
Say whatever
You can say
want.
whatever. Oh, okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because I'll put the disclaimer.
No, the disclaimer. Okay.
It basically says like whatever we say on this podcast is
Whatever we say.
whatever we say.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. It's
Okay.
a no. This is our disclaimer. This is like just
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. This is we don't go crazy with what we say. On
Yeah,
here, but
yeah,
we,
for sure.
We tone it down sometimes.
Okay.
Not all the time.
Okay.
So
Man
you
up.
say-
Be a man.
Yeah, and be a man.
And you know what? Real quick, I have to say that even though you guys are early in the podcast game, I want to say that I'm impressed by the way you guys set up everything, and you have your little production here, and you did come to my home, obviously. It's very professional, I mean, minus the whole thing that I have to hold my freaking mic. You know what? Get me somebody over here to hold this mic for me, because I have somebody for everything, and I need somebody to.
I can get you a stand.
No, man. I need
don't-
somebody to hold this mic for me,
I don't
man.
want to hurt your pedicure.
Yeah,
Get your
you
manicure.
know, you don't want to, yeah.
Yeah, he has to handcuff people to cages. Can't be looking all crazy.
No. But I want to give you guys your credit and your early flowers, right? Because if you guys keep on the path that you're going on, I know you personally, and I'm just getting to know you, right? I have a rapport with you for over 7 years, and for me to see you come out and do something different with your time and jumping into the podcast game, and then now you're here, you professional equipment, professional setup, but you see the difference is he doesn't have anybody to do it for him. Unlike me, I have somebody for everything. Unlike him, he had to do everything. Meanwhile, Ty was just like looking back, just texting away and tweeting and stuff like that. Poor Richie over here, he's doing all the hard work, all the labor. So
I ain't gonna front. He did carry me this morning. I'm a little bit hungover for yesterday. I'm sorry.
Ty, you got to pull your weight around here,
I
bro.
was outside.
Oh my
I
God.
was outside.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I brought your
Yes,
you know,
the
your
vintage,
shirt.
the vintage
This
shirt.
is
That's one of my first
one of the
designs.
first shirts.
Yes.
From
That goes hard though.
one
for
of your
real.
matches from
Yeah.
Richfield Park that I went to.
It was.
It was a crazy scene because it's like the first time I've ever been at an actual wrestling event.
Yeah.
And no, I had a good time. I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody at that place
Yeah,
had a great
yeah,
time.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
for
cool,
sure.
Very cool.
And it was always fun to have the people that I love and care for come to my shows because they see me in a different light. Because even though you may know me personally, which you do, but once that camera's on, it's
A new guy.
it's showtime. You know what I mean? It's time to go. It's like, let's go. Like, it's all eyes on me for those 10 to 15 minutes, whatever time I have out there. And I do the best that I can to entertain the people and to put on a really good match and to have people say, oh, you know what, that Rey Calitri guy, he has something, And then, that's how you get the followers up and the following, and people start watching your product.
How many followers you have?
Right now it's close to 4,000. I mean, it's not much, but I'm also late to the social media game. I've only had social media for 3 years, I think, or something like that.
It's a good following within that amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay, but in the world of entertainment, it's nothing. Like when you look at it, people. That's the first question that people ask you, right? When you go into a locker room, hey, how many followers do you have? I'm like, what? Like, what? How is that relevant to anything that I'm doing?
Yeah, especially like in the modern age, you see like when they have big contracts, they
Yeah.
said that you can't do no business with you unless you have 10K.
Yes, unless if you have 10.
10K.
Yes,
That's a lot.
and that's a lot. Yeah. I mean, and to me, almost having 4,000 is a lot, right? Because, here I am, a punk kid who grew up, born in Puerto Rico, grew up in Newark, grew up poor. I had nothing. I'm not supposed to be here where I am today, right? As far as my career, my traveling, and my championships and everything that you see in front of you. But when I think of it, of that little kid growing up in Newark to where I am now, I'm like, that's so mind-blowing. So then even when people are like, oh, but you don't have 10K, I'm like, yeah, but I got 4. Like you know what I mean? Like,
There's people out there don't have anything.
yeah, like 4.
Like me.
4 is close. Listen,
Yeah, this dude got like 300 followers.
500,
yo,
500.
listen,
Relax.
but 4K is closer to 10K than nothing. You know,
Yeah.
for starting from the beginning. You know.
And Richie's followers have bots.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I-
god.
Yeah, I paid for them.
You got bots? You pay for them? Oh my god. Yo, can you get me bots, bro?
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
I have about like 2,300,
Oh, okay, that's good.
and the only reason why that is so low because I had to start.
2,200 of them are men. Go ahead.
Jesus.
No, chill. Majority of my followers are females. I read the algorithm every night. But
He's like, yes, one new follower.
Follow back. Follow back. Right? That's so weird, right? The whole follow back thing.
Listen, man.
Like when you follow somebody, you're like,
my
oh, he's a
generation is weird.
yeah, is it?
Yeah,
It's
it's
weird.
It's pretty
We just
bad.
had to talk about that last
last podcast.
yeah, about like how this girl I used to be friends with.
Okay.
She has a boyfriend, and she basically her boyfriend told her to unfollow me basically.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, if the guy's the one who's taking care of her, it's like, why are you following Ty? Like,
I mean, but I know her for over 10 years.
yeah, but you know how
I
it
should be
is.
invited to the wedding, drink beer and what?
Eat cake and drink beer at the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's usually the rule.
Yeah.
And real quick. We just had a whole technical difficulty. We had to stop production, and it completely like brought the conversation down. But we're back, and we're here, and hopefully you can hear all the mics while Richie is still doing some adjustments here. Richie, I might have to take back that compliment that I just gave you.
We're good.
I might have to take back that compliment that I just gave you with the whole professional
I'm
setup.
about to
and
take this
everything.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Yo.
Also, you can show everybody your new tattoo.
Hey,
Speaking of that tattoo,
Yeah.
how the paint scale?
paint scale? Definitely an 11 out of 10 around the nipple.
Jesus.
Everything else is fine,
Mm.
but 11 out of 10 on the nipple.
You got tattoos, right?
Yeah, I have 2 full sleeves. I mean, you can't see it right now, obviously, because whatever. But you could go on social media and you'll see it and stuff. Yes. So for me, believe it or not, I use numbing cream the whole way. I don't care. Listen, I don't care what you have to say. Oh my God, you're such a punk. I don't care. I don't care. Guess what? I got them. I paid for them.
Right.
And
they're not you.
and
They're not
yeah,
you.
yeah, and you're not me. So there you go. I use numbing cream. I don't care. Yeah, I admit it. And with the numbing cream, I didn't feel a thing. It
At
was
least you're not getting knocked out or
Clearly,
put to
I mean-
sleep. You know.
yeah.
Paying like 60 grand to put to sleep.
Oh yeah, people do
Yeah.
anesthesia, right?
Yeah.
That's
They
crazy.
get like 9 different tattoo artists to tattoo every part.
Oof. But then when you
But-
wake up, you're waking up like, ugh.
But honestly, like you got to do a lot of things to like make sure everything goes smoothly. Like for one, when you do wake up,
Yeah.
you got to like go into a type of chamber, like a carbon dioxide chamber, or whatever, to help with the pain.
I mean, I don't really know. I'm not.
Because you get ink poison, right?
I mean, well, no, like you can't, like with tattoos, you can't donate blood within, I think, like
A
6
year
month
or something like
period
that. Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know that what's that guy named? Machine Gun Kelly, whatever.
Yeah.
He goes into like a special chamber for his tattoos.
Well, he has money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He has
Yeah.
lots of money.
Yeah,
The dude got like a whole. He blacked out his whole entire body.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. I
He
think
blacked out his whole body.
Yeah. I think it's because of his breakup with
Megan,
what's that name?
Megan Thee Stallion. No.
Oh Jesus.
Oh fuck that.
I don't
Free
follow.
Tory, free Tory.
I don't follow the whole celebrity
Yeah.
Free Tory.
lives and stuff
That
Megan
like that.
Fox. Megan Fox.
Watch now. All the comments will be like, nah, let free Tory stop. Nah.
Anyway, getting
Yes.
back to
Talk to me.
your other stuff.
Yeah.
What's that? The white belt from?
ECPW.
Oh,
That's the one that I beat a guy by the name of Dirtbag Dan.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
story.
Dirt by Dan.
Dirtbag Dan. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
gotta be
I beat him,
you called that
February
Dirtbag Dan.
19th, 2021.
Did anybody call him Dirty Dan at one point?
Yes. He goes by a bunch of monikers. And yes, if you like this image that you have of your brain when you hear Dirtbag Dan, yes, that's exactly what he looks like.
No, this is what he looks like.
Damn, expose him just like that.
Hey, I mean, this is shit talk, man. We're just gonna expose everybody.
Be a man. So, like, what do you do prepare for one of your shows? Like, you go get a massage, eat
So all
all
that,
greens.
yeah. So the manicure and the massage is usually the night before the show. But to get to, like, once I'm at the arena and, I look at the card and I'm facing Rich, right? Let's just say we have a match.
I'm gonna put my mask on.
Yeah, put your mask on. I go through my mental, right? So I sit there and I try to zone out. I put my AirPods on. I don't want to talk to nobody. Even my girl, when she's with me, she knows not to talk to me. She already knows. I tell her, listen, just do your job. Just do your job and I'll take care of everything else. And then as a performer, because now I have to transition from regular Ray to superstar Ray, right? So then now I have to get into that mindset of, listen, it's going to be lights, camera, action. The minute you walk through that curtain, because the audience watching, the people who are going to watch it at home, the camera crew that's there, the ring crew, everybody, no one cares about your problems in real life, right? So the difference between the curtain, where you're like, oh my God, I have all this real life stuff, to when you walk out the curtain, nothing matters except for those 15 minutes that you have to go out there and do your thing. And you have to get into this mind space or where you just have to show out, because you never know who's watching your stuff.
Right.
And listen, all it takes is just that one person that they'll see your stuff and they'll be like, oh, you know what? You guys got to check out Ty.
And that's the reason why wherever I go, I dress nice.
Always dress nice. Always dress nice.
And I don't know why. What females don't understand, like you can't be coming outside looking all crazy, because you never know, you might run into somebody. Especially when you're in a modeling career, you never know. Yeah. You never know. I might run into you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
At the grocery store, paying for supper. Hey, what up, bro? Hey, what's going on the wrestling thing?
He's getting all his chicken and his avocados.
That's
ready.
right.
There you go.
He got some avocados on the window. So.
Could you not lie? Like, he's like 7 of them.
I do.
Avocado has a lot of benefits, though, for real.
Yes, they do.
But being back, what you said with the curtains, yo, you sound like exactly like Split. You ever seen the movie Split?
Yeah, the guy with multiple personalities.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the last one was The Beast.
I didn't see The Beast. Did you see The Beast?
No, like
Beauty and the Beast.
No. I'm talking about
Beauty.
Split.
I know Beauty.
Because he has 23, but it's actually 24. I think it was. The 24th person is the Beast. That's the last one he becomes. He becomes this very strong man with Christine shotgun shells.
So he becomes Hulk.
Yeah, basically. It's a good movie. Gotta watch it.
We're promoting movies.
We're
not
promoting.
even gonna promote you.
That's okay. That's fine. It's fair enough.
He turns into the Beast basically every time he goes on stage.
You have to.
Did you ever have like any type of injuries while you were wrestling?
Oh man, believe it or not, yes, I did. So I started in 2018, November 2018, and I got off to a hot start. And then May 2nd, 2019, I broke my ankle in Rhode Island for a show. It's called XWA. I was wrestling Aaron Bradley, which is known now as Alex Ryman, and he had me in a headlock, and he went to roll me back like this, right? And what ended up happening was that my left foot got stuck on the canvas like this. So then what ended up happening is, instead of my foot going up, it got stuck, right? The toe. And then his weight with my weight, it all fell on it. And I broke my fibula.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I had a hairline fracture. And then that took me out for 3 months. Then I attempted to make a comeback, right? And then October 29th, 2019, I got into a vehicle accident, and I re-broke that same foot.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Double homicide.
So, twice in 1 year, I destroyed my ankle, and then COVID happened after that, and everybody knows what happened in COVID. But then I started feeling more comfortable, more confident with my ankle, because I was super scared at first when I was coming back from the second time. Like doctor was like, hey, you're cleared, everything right, everything is good, bone is good. But like, in order for me to run, I was like so hesitant. In order for me to jump and do some of the things that I do in the ring now, I couldn't do, because it was all mental. I had to get over my mental, that that mental hump that you have to get over of like, oh my God, is the ankle still good? Is it gonna hold up if I jump up?
Again?
Yeah, is it gonna break again? Is the doctor lying to me, even though he shouldn't lie to you, right? But so that's the mindset. So it took me literally a whole year, all of 2020, closer towards 2021, till I started feeling more confident within my ankle and the strength of my ankle, so that I could start doing the stuff again that eventually I love doing. So.
Well, I mean, but that's okay, right? Because you took like a year, basically like a year to recover, especially during COVID, because they weren't doing any wrestling matches and stuff like that.
So they were actually
charging people.
So no, they were actually doing shows, but they were like all outside and everything, because the whole they had restrictions of doing events inside because of the air quality, et cetera, et cetera. So you had a few shows running here and there, but then again, it was like, instead of having 300 people at a show, you would only have 60 people at a show. And then when you would have 60 people at a show, if you guys weren't together, you would have to sit the 6 feet apart. So it looked super weird to wrestle at that time.
So 60 feet, but you would basically cover the entire like auditorium that you
yes,
would be in.
The arena or whatever it was that you would be at. Yeah. And I actually did a show in 2020, September. This was me coming back from the ankle injury. And we actually did it in Atlantic City at the Showboat. And it was one of those deals that, people were still afraid of coming out and doing stuff. But once you got out there, you're like, all right, Atlantic City, like, let's go. It was Labor Day weekend, I believe it was. And you're like, okay, cool. We're going to see some people. But it was just weird because you had, like I said, you had everybody spaced out. But then when you walk out and you're like, wait, what?
You're like, hey,
why
are you guys 20 feet apart?
Yeah.
So what about like a training regimen? Like, what do you do to get prepared, like training wise, not mentally wise, but like
So training regimen, because wrestling is nonstop. It's pretty much every weekend. It's not like boxing where they give you, you got a 6-month camp to get ready, and you have, or UFC, you got 12 weeks to get ready, whatever. Wrestling is a little different. Wrestling is all year round. You have to stay in top shape. You have to work on your cardio. You have to diet and eat correctly. And because if you don't, then you're going to see it in your performance in the ring. And you're going to be one of those guys that, like, when you're running around, you could see it in videos when guys don't work out. They'll be like wheezing for air, like.
We was just talking about that.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, about how people at my job can't even walk across a lot without them wheezing.
Yeah, but that's different because they're not in the sports entertainment business line, right?
Or working out in general.
Yeah, just working out in general. Yeah, a lot of people don't work out, which you should. Listen, if you're watching this, you don't have to work out for 3 hours a day and act like if you're in some sort of bodybuilding competition or anything like that. Just listen. All you need is 20, 25 minutes. Do what you can. Listen to your body. You don't have to eat super clean, but eat right.
Hit the gym.
Hit the gym. Yeah, I always tell people, hit the gym no matter what.
Be a man.
Yeah, always hit the gym.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, that's it. Next question. Next question.
Are you done yet?
Next question.
Let me see.
Yo, Ty, you need a Red Bull or something, bro? You over there yawning and about to.
I'm telling you, bro. I had a long night.
You had a long night?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you have a job, okay, so this goes back to what I was telling you earlier, right? The world doesn't care. The world doesn't care about you being tired, Ty.
The world does not
You
care.
just walk through that curtain, which is, once you hit that record button, guess what? It's game on. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, and don't cut this part out. Don't cut this part out. Editor, do not cut this part out. You understand?
I'm the editor.
Oh, that editor, don't cut this part out.
We won't cut that out. We won't cut that out. We let it rock.
Listen, this is like maybe like a 1 or 2 tape type of thing that we do. And
Okay.
everything that we do or say on this shit,
It just
is
goes.
here,
That's
bro.
it. That's it. It goes.
But since you bring that up, have you ever partied before a show?
Yes.
And how the hell did you recover the next day?
So you got to get after it, man. If this is something that you really want to do and you want to be successful at it, okay, you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. If you know that, for example, in your case, like you're telling me, you had a long night, right? But you already knew weeks ahead of time that you had an interview set up, right? It is your responsibility as an entertainer, because this is what you are right now, right? You're an entertainer. This is your line of business. This is what you're trying to launch forward. You have to allocate your time a little bit better and say to yourself, listen, you know what? I'm not going to go out this weekend. I'm not going to go out Saturday or whatever the night before. And you call up your girl, your friends or whatever. Hey, listen, can we do it next weekend? Because, I have something important to do the next day.
Of course.
But that's what separates the average people from the superstars. It is knowing your responsibility to your audience and to your fan base and to yourself to say to yourself, hey, you know what? Not today. We could put it on pause.
You could always find like a balance on when you're doing everything. There's always a balance.
You can, but you can't, because the balance. Right now you're telling me you're dragging feet and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there was no balance yesterday, right? So that's pretty much what it is. No, and this is not me getting on them. This is me.
Right here,
this is me like, and this is not for me to put you on the spot, but because it did happen. It's real life. It happens, and it's okay. It doesn't. But going forward, you'll learn to again allocate your time a little bit better, and you tell your friend, hey, listen, I can't go out Saturday. Maybe we could go out Friday because I have my thing going on for Shed Talk on Sunday or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's all it is. But I have done it earlier in my career when I would go out and I would pay for it the next day. And it was disaster because now, like I told you earlier, when you got to walk through that curtain and nobody cares that you're hungover if you're drinking. Nobody cares that you came home at 3:00 in the morning and your head is spinning and you feel like throwing up and you need electrolytes and you need to drink Pedialyte and you got to have a banana and crack. Nobody cares about that because
or
when that record button,
you need a nap.
Yeah, you need a nap. Nobody cares about that. So
the show always goes on.
Yeah, show goes on because you know what I learned, and I learned this. If you're not willing to do it, the next man is, or the next person is. So if you're not willing to sacrifice that one Saturday, for instance, let's just say. Someone else is going to sacrifice it and someone else is going to do it. And then what ends up happening is the quality of the product that you're trying to show in front of people is not going to be the same as if you were to like, hey, let's chill Saturday. We leave it for next week. And then Sunday, guess what? Once you hit that record button, it's off to the races. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I spit wisdom sometimes.
Hey, listen, man. About to have Wrestlemania right in this fucking room.
Yeah, Wrestlemania. Hey, listen, this is Wrestlemania weekend, bro.
I think it's going to be a match between Rey Calitri and Ty.
He got to wear the mask, though. He got to wear the mask.
Which
one? This one?
No, the Kane mask.
Oh, all right, yeah.
You
don't want to mess up this one.
No, that's a legend. That dude's a legend right there, yeah.
I'm too old to be fighting, man.
Too old?
Yeah.
For what?
Too old.
This dude's 21. He's been.
No, not like that. Like, I'm in a modeling career. He's in a wrestling career. There's two different careers, man. I send people to hand them out while you're working. Just like you guys people, I got people too. Like, hey, listen, I ain't get no black guy. I got a modeling shoot tomorrow.
You got a modeling shoot tomorrow, right? So would you go out tonight?
Hell yeah, I'll go out tonight. I'll just be prepared for it tomorrow.
So what's the difference between that and this?
There's no difference.
But
I will still wake up right on time, like what you did today.
But, okay, so hold on.
He didn't want to tell you about that part.
Nah,
but he went to eat the bus.
No.
He was late today.
Nah, I wasn't late. I just postponed it 1 hour, and that's fine.
1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour.
You
yeah.
tried to propose to 12.
Nah. But we did it.
Real.
We did it for 11. But we did it for 11.
Yeah.
Met me in the middle,
Yeah,
right?
Halfway.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you have the modeling shoot tomorrow, let's just say, you're telling me you're going to go out. Let's say you would go out today. You would do the modeling shoot tomorrow. But you're telling me that you would still be on your, you would be on your A game tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but I want to hang out at night. Like,
but you, night. So this is my point. This is what I'm trying to tell you right now. But last night, knowing that you had this going on today, you did hang out. So what is the difference? I want to ask you, right? And this is not to put you on the spot, but I am putting you on the spot. What is the difference between your modeling career and your podcast career that you're trying to launch up?
Okay, I see.
See what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool.
Yeah. But I did make sacrifices, though, to get here.
What sacrifice you made?
I had to go pick up the stuff from the shop.
Ah, okay. All right.
I had to go get the tools and all
that
that
stuff. You
stuff.
have to pay for gas to drive this.
Okay.
I had to go. I did make sacrifices last
night.
night.
He did his part.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for coming in today, bud.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Hold on. So real quick, I want to apologize if you hear like some noise in the background with machines. Check. Yeah, don't smash my avocados, bro.
Yeah, I love avocados, man.
Yeah, you gotta have them there. Put them.
There's so much benefits from it.
Yeah.
It also helps for depression too.
Yeah, I eat a lot of avocados then. Just kidding.
Ready?
Sure. I mean, I'm gonna put all this shit
Yeah.
that just happened in here too.
Listen now, real quick. I want to apologize if you hear any type of noise in the back. My landscaper just got here, and they're like making sure that my landscaping and my the trees are all trimmed and my grass is all cut and everything. So
Mr. Hollywood over here.
All right.
I told you I have a guy for everything, man. I have a person for everything. So yeah, there you go.
I want to be on that level.
You'll get there.
Person to do everything for me.
We told them to lower the RPMs on the lawnmower.
It's a Honda.
Yeah.
VTEC.
Has a G35 engine on there.
Oh, for sure. And needs oil.
So,
Yeah,
oh no.
Yes.
Oh man. So what advice would you give like the younger generation that want to, I guess, become wrestlers or that enjoy watching wrestling?
Don't.
wow.
Don't. No, seriously. So I get this question asked a lot, right? So the first thing I would tell someone is make sure you have a backup plan, right? Because you never know. In wrestling, you could get hurt. Something could happen. It'll leave you, I don't want to say paralyzed, but it'll leave you like, you know what I mean? Like really injured, and then it'll change the way you have to live life, right? But as far as people who actually want to do it and pursue it, it's a very hard sport to break into, and especially into mainstream, because it's one of those things that no one really talks about, but it's not practiced in collegiate level in college, right? It doesn't have a system where, like, if you go to college for basketball, you go through camps and you're part of a team, or football, you're part of a training camp and you do all of this, and college gets you ready for the pros. Wrestling doesn't have that. You can attend a school, great, right? And if you do attend a school, do your homework. Make sure you pick a school that's has a good reputation, that that good people have come out of there and have gone on to do good things on a national level. But it's not a place where you have a guidance. It's like you go to a school, you graduate from the program, and you know what, Ty, you got to figure it out. That is the hardest part of professional wrestling, is once you go through the school, you don't have anyone, a coach holding your hand and saying, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Because now, after you graduate from whatever program you decide to go to, it's what you make of it. How much do you want to hustle? How much do you want to grind? You have to find the right character within you of what do you want to present to the people when you walk through that curtain. And wrestling, the best thing that you could do is be you. You just turn it up to a 10. So whatever it is that you are, if you're a model, like yourself, you turn it up to a 10 and you be a supermodel. You love racing and you love speed. If you come in as the speed guy or whatever, you turn it to 10 and that's who you are. Mm-hmm. But definitely pick a good school. What happened? No,
he's looking at me
because he's not even a speed guy no more, man.
Well, whatever the case is, yeah.
I get it.
But it's definitely, like I said, a very hard business to break into. You just gotta, as they say, you gotta make the towns. Right. So if you live in North Jersey, which I do, right? Mm-hmm. For me, if I stay local over here, I don't stand out because I speak the same way that these people speak. I have the same look as these people have. So now when you go down to North Carolina, like I did 2 weeks ago, I look different. I sound different people gravitate towards that, right? When I go to California, I'm different. When I go to Mexico, I'm different. When I go to Puerto Rico, I'm the same because I'm Puerto Rican. But you know that.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you deal with your haters or people that come for you?
I don't. So I just let people be. I just I don't read the comment sections. I don't partake in the engagement of back and forth, trash talking. It's like, because you're always gonna have haters, especially if you have a line of passion that you're driving towards, right? You're always gonna have people trying to down talk on you and trying to like, oh, he's not doing it. But it's like, okay, let me look at what you're doing. You're doing nothing. Okay, shut up, sit down.
How much percentage you think, if you give a percentage of how many haters you have?
I have about 95% haters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a high percentage, because especially when you're being successful at the level that I'm in, because I'm in a independent wrestling, and I tend to wrestle all over. It's about 95%, because when people see me, I am bigger than life. I am, and other people can't figure it out because people don't have the personality to do what I do, right? When you see the whole me walking into a suit into a show, that's me. That's who I am. Mm-hmm. And no knock on you, but when other guys walk into shows, they look like that, right? So when the
rate my fit 1 through 10.
You just got this.
so when the average fan looks at me and looks, let's say, at Rich, they're gonna be like, oh, that guy looks like he's somebody, the guy in the suit.
And that's why we always dress nice no matter where we go.
Yes, always. You have to. If that's what you're portraying, that's what you have to. Whatever it is that you're portraying, you do it all the time. So, yeah.
So I'm just gonna wear my work uniform from now on and just pretend like I like to go to work.
You can, if you want to do wrestling. That's
man, if that's what you like doing every day.
Yeah, because you have to remember that at the end of the day, when you come into the world of wrestling and you're walking in like this, you look like every other average person. You look like a common person. People don't want to see common. People don't want to pay their hard-earned money to see common. People want to see extravagant, bigger than life. They want to see superstar. They want to see what's different that you bring to the table.
Right.
So me just showing up in a suit and some glasses and iced out watch like people, it gravitates to people. And it's happened to me a lot where I would walk into a show late, not late per se because I'm late to the show, but late because I did 2 shows. It's called a double shot. You do one show early afternoon and then you do one later on. The what?
He probably told the company, hey, listen,
I just woke up.
I'll
get 2 hours.
I'm gonna be late.
But I've had where I'm walking into my second show of the night and I'm walking in a suit and I've had guys look and point towards me. That's the guy to watch. And I've seen it and I've heard it as I'm walking in. So now when I walk through the curtain and you see the championship, you see the girl, I roll out, they roll out the red carpet for me. I have the stations with the red ropes and everything. They're like, oh yeah, now I get why he looks like that coming in here. Because he fits what we see beforehand.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. That was great.
Wow.
So who would you look up to? Like, I don't know if you look up to anybody either in like WWE or do you look up at anybody in like, ISPW or any other affiliated wrestling divisions?
So my character is based a lot, and I've said this before in other interviews that I've done, is based a lot on Ric Flair. Woo. Yeah, woo! Everybody knows that. So it's based off of Ric Flair because he used to come out in the suit and the glasses, and he knew how to talk and he knew how to carry himself as a superstar, not as a star, as a superstar. That man, you would see him and he's money. I used to watch him all the time, him with the Horsemen. This goes back in the days. You could look it up on YouTube. Gino Hernandez is another guy that comes to my mind that I model myself after Nick Bockwinkel, which is, I'm talking about older school guys, like, and these are the guys that when I would see them, I'm like, oh, I could see myself doing that, because at first, so this is a like it's a funny story, sort of. So when I first started wrestling, I used to come out with this Puerto Rican flag, and I was like Mr. Puerto Rico. Remember that? Yeah,
with the bandana.
Yeah, with the bandana. Yeah. So I all of that stuff. So this goes back to I was trying to find my voice. I was trying to find my character, who I was, right? Mm-hmm. So then I broke my ankle, which I was devastated because I had just started wrestling, and I'm like, oh my God, why is this happening to me, right? But then I figured out it happened to me because I had to find my character, right? And then the Shining Star was born from that. As I started, like, I was hurt. I didn't have nothing to do. I couldn't work out. I couldn't do promos. I couldn't do event. I couldn't do anything. So I started looking at old tapes, and I'm like, who can I gravitate to? And I could be like, oh, okay, I could take stuff from this guy. And then I can make it my own. And then that's where me watching a lot of old school Ric Flair, old school Horseman, old school Gino Hernandez, all these guys, and I'm like, but yo, that's me. Like, I love to travel. I love the lavish life. I love money. I love all the extravagant things of life. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to apply that to my wrestling. So when I came back and I put a spin around my character and I dropped the Puerto Rican flag, I dropped the bandana, I dropped the whole Mr. Puerto Rico thing, and I started doing the Shining Star, driving around the Maserati, having the hot girl, flashing the money, traveling the world, all over the world, winning championships. Now it started clicking, and now people started catching on, and now people started following. So yeah.
So who do you think is going to be, like the winner for WrestleMania?
So WrestleMania night 2, because night 1 happened last night, obviously, but WrestleMania 2, I don't think Cody wins, man. I don't think Cody wins tonight. Like, there's no way. Like, you have, the champion Roman Reigns, and he's been champion for 1,000 whatever days. Somebody's probably gonna be looking at this screaming like, he's been a champion 1,500 days. I don't know what it is. Whatever. He's been champion for a very long time, but he's chasing Hulk Hogan's career. Hulk Hogan's record of being champion for that long. Mm-hmm. So I don't think Cody beats him.
What do you think about Logan Paul being in the whole wrestling?
So,
oh my goodness.
So
just go there.
So like when it comes to Logan Paul and Bad Bunny, right? Because Bad Bunny was in wrestling too for a little bit.
He was?
Yeah, he did WrestleMania and everything.
I that one went right over my head.
Oh.
I didn't see that.
So what ends up happening is with those guys, they already have a following before wrestling, right? Mm-hmm. So when they come into wrestling, they probably bring 20 million new viewers that didn't watch wrestling or didn't know anything about wrestling. So they bring them over, and it's a crossover. It's a crossover into the newer generation and the pop culture and all of that stuff. So for him to go, I know a lot of wrestlers that are sour about it because they're like, oh, I've been wrestling for 15 years. I never caught a break and this and that, which is true. But also at the same time, you can't compare your 4,000 followers that you have on Twitter and Instagram compared to this guy who has, 20 million followers. Yeah, whatever number it is that he has. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, now, again, those 20 million, they're going to be like, oh, Logan Paul's doing wrestling? Oh, let me check it out. And that's how you make new fans. Because now when the common person who's 20 million followers follows him into WWE and they watch the product from beginning to end, they'll be like, oh, you know what? I saw Rey Calitri. That he's good. So now they become fans of Rey Calitri.
So exactly. So stop being mad at him. Just be thankful that
money
of
makes
course.
money.
Money makes money. Money makes money. Yeah. And it was the same thing with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was a phenomenon in WWE, and a lot of people were super upset about it and sour and angry. And I'm like, but you have to understand, this is this guy's a worldwide icon. Like, he's all over the place. Like, he's won Emmys and Grammys and all this other stuff, whatever awards that he's won, and he's bringing a new wave of viewership, a new wave of sponsors, a new wave of money and ratings and viewership and everything. So, kudos to them.
If anything, you try to get a fight with him.
Exactly. Yes.
Bad Bunny loses.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That would be like a Puerto Rican showdown.
It would.
Yeah,
It would be.
yeah.
Let's get ready to rumble.
That's boxing.
They don't do that in wrestling?
Nah, no more.
No, what do they say? I don't watch wrestling.
They just ring the bell and just
Ding,
start
ding,
punching
ding,
each
ding,
other.
ding, ding. Get it going. Let's go.
There's no intro.
No,
like
of
that?
course, but they don't do the "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" thing
Oh,
anymore.
my bad. I apologize. I take full
That's
responsibility.
That's actually copywritten.
That's Bruce Buffer, right?
Yeah.
That's the name, Bruce Buffer. Yeah.
I think he either copywrote his
Yeah, he copywrote
Yeah.
that slogan. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
get ready for that lawsuit
Yeah.
coming to us.
Well, thanks a lot, Ty. Hey,
Disclosure. Disclaimer.
I don't think it's gonna work on this one.
you got to put the little, the little.
We'll just tell his lawyers that.
There you go.
So I don't know, man. Like out of outside of wrestling, what are your hobbies? And don't say work, because work is not a hobby.
No, travel. I travel a lot. I have a map that you can't see here, but I have a map on my wall in my dining room.
We'll post a map.
We'll post a map, yeah. Where I just basically, I'm like, okay, I told my girl, I'm like, yo, where do you want to go? Like, what do you want to see? And we'll just pick a place and we'll pick a time and we just go. And
So you just get up from the kitchen and just
correct
on the map.
Yeah, just where do you want to go? You want to go to Europe, Asia?
Probably close your eyes.
Nah, but lately I've been on a kick of seeing like the 7 wonders of the world, right? So I've seen the last standing 7 wonders of the world, which is the original one, which was the pyramids of Giza. I saw that, and then they came out with a new list. I've seen 3 out of the 7, so I have 4 more to go. So and I like to just travel, man, and just like go experience different cultures and people and food and see the history and just hang out.
When you travel, do you watch what you eat or what?
For the most part, as much as I can, because I'm in another country. I can't tell them how to cook their chicken.
Right.
I can't tell them how to cook their steak or whatever else. But I try to eat as clean as I possibly can.
Like, do you eat fish outside the country?
No. So,
Because I'm serious. Cause,
No.
I'm afraid to eat like sushi outside the USA.
yeah, no. So, for
Come back
me,
with food poisoning.
being that I'm allergic to seafood, I
Oh.
don't. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
So the most that I eat is like tuna out of a pack when I make a tuna salad or something. But I don't take into seafood. But just last week when you hit me up for the podcast, you asked me for my availability, and I told you, yeah, sure. Let me just get back because I was in Colombia. In Colombia,
Alone?
no, with my girl. We went, we had a good time, experienced the people and stuff like that. But then some way, somehow she got sick, and we're trying to figure out why did she get sick, how did she get sick, and the last thing that she ate that I didn't eat was a fresh lobster that they had just made.
Wow.
Yeah, we were in a private beach resort for her birthday, and we did the whole cabana with the bottle service. We did the whole 9 yards, and the only difference that she had that I didn't have was the seafood. So now we think that it was because of the seafood.
So do not eat lobster from Colombia.
Don't eat Colombian lobster.
Don't eat Colombian lobster.
Just Maine lobster.
Kind of makes me want to try even more, though.
Oh man,
I do want to go to Colombia, though.
you should. It's a nice country.
I want to get a boat.
I have a guy out there too, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Tell your guy that I need a boat full with people.
And lobster.
I could arrange that.
Food poisoning for everyone.
I could arrange that.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
How cheap is it over there?
It all depends on what you're trying to do, right? So a lot of people be like, oh yeah, you travel to other countries, it's so cheap and this and that. But again, if define cheap, right? Because if you're traveling and you want to stay, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to stay at a hostel and pay $15 a night, sure you can, but your comfort level is not going to be the same as if you were to stay, at a 4-star or a 5-star hotel or resort for that matter. So it all depends on how do you want to experience, let's say, Colombia. Like, do you want to go on a budget? If you go on a budget, sure, you could do it. It'll be budget friendly and you get to see stuff, but your level of comfort is not going to be the same as to be like, you know what, I want a nice, decent place with a nice pool, with a nice view, or you want to go in a hostel where you have to like share a floor with like 16 other people.
It's cheap right now. I actually looked at it like 2 weeks ago with Richie. It's like $1,000 for like 8 days, all exclusive, airfare included.
Again, it all depends on your comfort level. What do you want your comfort level at? Where are you staying for $1,000 for 8 days?
It was somewhere off the shore.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was the one that was only like breakfast included.
Mm-hmm. No, everything exclusive.
Oh.
I forgot. It starts with a C.
Cartagena, probably.
Yeah,
that's where I was at. I was in. Yeah, so that's the coastal line. If you're into beaches and stuff like that, that's where you want to stay. And then.
Would you recommend that for everybody else?
Again, so if you're into beach and coastline and stuff, stay in Cartagena. If you like mountains and rivers and stuff, you go to Medellin. So, but I also have a guy in Medellin too. So whatever.
No problems out there. Right?
Yeah, whatever you want.
No problems out there. Like
Nah. So the thing is, right, with travel, what I've come to know, right, from my travels is whenever you go visit, again, because we're talking about Colombia, you're visiting Colombia, respect the laws, respect the people. Don't go over there thinking that you're better than anybody else just because you got money over here. That means absolutely nothing over there, right? Don't go dressed super flashy. Like I would never dress like this in Colombia ever. Like you have to go dressed chill. You're not gonna you're not gonna wear this fancy watch. You're not gonna wear fancy earrings. You go chill, because then what ends up happening is if you go dressed like this, you're becoming yourself. You're becoming a target.
Yeah.
Like an easy target.
Yeah,
they'll look at you and be like, oh, this guy got money. Okay, so now this is the guy that we got to go after. You know what I mean? But then also too is don't go over there looking, and this is true, and it goes across the board everywhere. Don't go over there looking for drugs and stuff, because now once you start looking for drugs, and then you're calling the attention of the people, and then that's how you get into trouble, and that's how you bring unwanted attention to yourself and the people that you're traveling with, and you just keep that separate from whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah,
I hear one of our friends that we know went to Colombia with one of his friends, and they had like it was at a club. It's like they had a little section.
Okay.
Next, they drinking.
Sure.
The girl gave him his shot, gave one to his friend. He said the last thing he remembered is that his friend was falling asleep at the club. And it's like 2 a.m. He thinking that he just falling asleep.
They gave him a roofie. 100%.
And so did him. And it said he woke up the next day on the train tracks.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
He didn't tell you the story? No?
Was it in the group chat?
No, it was in person.
Oh, no.
He was there that day.
Bro, I don't even know what I did yesterday.
But yeah, he told me that he woke up on the train tracks. He had to find a way back to the hotel. He did, and he's like, where's his phone? He couldn't find anything. And his friend finally comes back. His friend had 2 black eyes. He said, yo, what the hell happened last night?
Again.
Did he?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Did he showed up?
Oh, my God.
Yo.
Nah, but again, this goes back to what I just said. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Don't take stuff from people. If you're going to make a drink, make the drink yourself. If you're going to the bathroom, take the drink with you or throw it out when you come back. Like those are the little things that you have to pay attention to, especially when you're traveling. Bro, you're in a different country. Those are not your friends. They're not your people. You don't know how to get from point A to point B. Like over here, you know how to go back home. Over there, you don't speak the language. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing. You don't speak
Spanish. Situational awareness. That's what that's called. And you have to stay on top of your game.
Man, if I go, I stick my black ass on the resort. I ain't get it off.
Nah, but then you
stay on the beach.
Nah, but then you don't get to experience.
Listen, I experienced with the lobsters, and you're good to go.
He's like, I'm good with the food poisoning.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I go and maybe
I got a guy.
You.
Oh, sure. Yeah, come on down.
Yeah.
Let's go. We out.
But back to one of my questions: how are you able to take off from work to go to like all these places?
So I just
he owns the job. He owns the business.
I own the company, man.
Wait, what?
Oh, this guy. Where's this guy been? Huh?
Nah.
I'm the CEO, man. I run the show. I do whatever I want.
No, really?
Come on, man.
Y'all pulling myself. Y'all pulling.
Listen, how you think I'm in a freaking 5-bedroom house over here, and then I got a guy for everything. You got to make it happen.
No wonder why you like, yo, how you able to call out of work and you're not? I'm like, somebody I gotta give him 3 months advance.
He works at your job.
Huh?
He works at your job.
You okay?
Taking off whenever he wants.
Oh, there you go.
He mad because I take off like once a week. Yeah, I'm not coming in today.
But nah, I manage my time. I think we spoke about this a little bit earlier. I manage my time and I maximize my time. So I if I have off time, I go and whatever and come back and bless you.
Thank you.
That's going to be on the podcast. Somebody
It might.
comment him, bless him, whatever on the podcast.
Bless
there
me,
you go.
bless
Bless
me.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Going back to wrestling. Every single podcast that we always do, no matter who. Well, actually, you're our first guest, right?
There you go. You never forget your first.
Yeah, right. And every single time we're always like jumping around and shit.
Yeah.
Like there's been no fucking structure to this shit. But you know what? We're gonna go back. To the whole wrestling thing.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm pretty good.
Hey, Ray.
Can't
When would you
complain.
get here?
I've been here since minus the technical difficulties that
Oh,
we've been
wow.
having.
There you go. There he is.
Since when you woke up?
Yeah, I've been here. Been here a while,
Yeah.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
What do you so like before you get into the ring, is there like something that you do before you get into the ring? Not like, to kind of like, I guess, like hype yourself up to a certain point where you could just be like, all right, now I'm going to go from, regular Ray to like superstar Ray.
So for me, it's my entrance music. Entrance music, once the beat hits, and my nephew is the one who made my entrance music. And once I hear the who's in the ring, that sets me off. And the minute I walk through that curtain and I see that camera in front of me, from there is go time. It's full on blast. Here we go. It's time to go. And it's always a lot of fun too when you interact with the fans and I come out and I do this thing where when the kids are all up in my face trying to get my attention, I'm like, get out of my face, you're a loser, right? And there's videos on there for that too that I have on social media, and I'll just be like, oh, you're a loser, and then that gets the crowd so riled up, and then I'll go to the other kid, I'm like, brush your hair, whatever, and yeah. So
Go to your room and brush your hair.
Yeah.
This guy's making fun of like 7 and 8 year olds.
I make fun of 40-year-olds too, man. When I look at the heavy set gentleman who's sitting in the front row and he's looking at me, and I'll flash him my girl and I'll be like, yeah, you wish, buddy. And once I do that, it gets people so riled up and it gets people going, and it's fun because then as they're watching the match, they're reacting to what I'm doing and to what my opponent is doing, and they're reacting to the little nuances that I do. Rather it be like, I'll get out the ring and I'll be like, oh, give me timeout, ref, time. There's no timeouts in wrestling. Once the bell rings, it's you got, and I'm like, oh, timeout. And then the guy who I said, you wish, buddy, now he's all up in my ear. Oh, get in there. What are you chicken? What are you afraid? What do you get out of here? You're not no shot. So when you do the interaction before the match starts, as the match progresses, the people remember what you did. And then now you have the interaction of the people with you, and they're giving it back to you. And that's what you want as a performer. You want that, that feedback, right? Quote unquote feedback. And it's always fun just to get the crowd going. It's just always so much fun.
What about in Mexico? I remember you telling me, like, probably years back that like people were throwing beer at you.
Oh,
because
my
you
God.
were like the no-name person.
Oh,
over there.
yeah.
And you beat one of the top guys.
So what ended up happening was I was a no-name guy over there, but they quickly found out who I was, right?
You're gonna learn today.
Yeah, you'll learn today.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, listen, bro.
That's it, man. I gotta go, man. I don't have time for questions. The day is beautiful.
Look at Hollywood speaking already.
Right.
The weather's nice.
Well, you gotta wait for you got your jet waiting.
Listen,
for you?
I already gave you guys more than enough of my time.
Oh no.
You know, I gotta go. This was fun. Thank you very much for
Where you
having me.
gotta go?
I appreciate. What you mean? Where I go? It's WrestleMania weekend. I actually have an event that I have to go to for a signing right after this.
Oh.
So there you go. I gotta go. I gotta take my belts with me. I gotta take my extremely hot girlfriend with me, and
Don't forget to polish them though.
I have a guy for that.
No.
Remember, I told you I have a guy. I have a guy for that. You know, the landscaper finally finished landscaping my house.
Finally.
Yeah, the trees are trimmed. The grass is cut. We're good to go. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
If I had a belt, I would have hit him over the head with
Yeah.
No, man, you gotta let him do the job first, and then you hit him over the head with it. Man, come on.
And then let him clean it again.
Yeah, come on, man.
No, honestly, like if I have a guy for everything, well, if I had a girl for everything, I'd probably get a massage. Like have an actual personal massage me every day. That'd be tough.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all I really wanted.
Simple things in life.
Yeah. I don't need a guy
Like,
or
we
a
don't
girl
need
for everything.
Nobody needs a pilot to fly a jet or anything
I
like
fly
Yeah.
myself. I buy a jet and fly myself.
So I've been trying to cut this for the past 5 minutes, and all
All
of a
right.
sudden, no, hold on.
Let's cut
All of a sudden, no, editor, don't cut this, all right? For the past 5 minutes, I've been trying to cut this off because I gotta go, right? But now all of a sudden, Ty wants to be motor mouth over here. He wants to start chiming in and saying all this stuff. I gotta go. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Tell your friend. Tell a friend. Follow, notifications, all
You
that
know
fun
what?
stuff. Yeah.
This is
How
shit talk.
dare
It's not
he
Ray
cut me
talk.
off? You know what? I
This
want to
isn't Ray
wrestle him
talk.
right now. I'll become a wrestler.
Now you gonna come big stomping away. Now you want to be a wrestler now. Oh, okay.
I'll put on one of these bad boys.
But like he said, like, subscribe. Again, I'm Richie.
I'm Ty,
I am the international Shining Star Rey Calitri.
and welcome to Shed Talk. And thank you for tuning in for Chicken Talk.
Hey, man. Thanks for being here, bud.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yo,
Until
what are
next
you
time,
doing?
guys.
We're over. Like, you're wearing a mask. You're carrying my belt. Like, it's over, bro.
I didn't want it to
Bro,
be over.
come on, man.
I
It's
didn't
over.
want it to be
I gotta
over.
go, bro.
I
I
didn't
gotta
want
go.
it to be. No,
Listen,
you're not
thank
leaving.
you. Thank
You're
you.
not leaving.
Yo,
You're not.
I'm leaving, bro.
You're not.
Oh.
Now we're over.